Um, you know, I think outside of just the daily distractions, I do think that there's a lot of, if you look in social media and if you're a person who's looking to be successful, it seems to be that there is this split. There's this split between the kind of like the high energy Tony Robbins energy of like, we're gonna go, we're gonna be unlimited, and we're gonna power through, and we're gonna achieve, and we're gonna, make it and be successful. And then, you have on the other side, you have the Eckhart Tolles and the Deepak Chopras and the Mujis and the, you name it, which, the message is very different. The message is a lot about being present, being still, and not doing the running after, not doing the striving, but like, for me, one of the people that has spoken to me so much throughout my life is Wayne Dyer, and he speaks a lot about how we're quite often in a perpetual state of striving, and we're not in that state of arriving. But I don't believe that they have to live in this contradiction. I think the way that you described it, which is being able to, if you start the day right and you use these tools along the way throughout the day, you can be a very high level achiever and do a lot in this world and do a lot of really great things, and yet at the same time kind of maintain that homeostasis, maintain that inner space of connection. I don't think they have to be a contradiction. Do you think that they have to contradict?
Not at all. And I think maybe the word that you're looking for is allowing, right? Because when we're at that place of achieving, we're blocking sometimes our connection to our source. And it goes back to, that quote, man plans, God laughs, right? Because we're connected with that small ego mind saying, if I do all of this, then I'll get all of that. But if we would just open the door and allow that source consciousness to help us, that source consciousness is there to send us the right people, but we have to take the blinders off, right? That knock on the door is like, oh, it's so annoying. I'm busy working. Why is that person bothering me? Well, maybe that person was sent to you to help you, right? But if you just see them as an irritation and an annoyance, you're pushing all of the help away that God, source, the universe is sending you, because you've got such a tunnel vision on your goal. You're not allowing source to help you. So I think that's part of it too, is allowing and taking the blinders off and allowing what's coming to you to enter into your field, so that you can actually see what is this all about, and really be present to, the moment. I think too, a great foundation besides, you're sending your attention in the morning and doing your meditation and, doing those practices, the mindful practice, is really doing some housekeeping, literally, and clearing up the clutter around yourself. Because if you don't have a place where your mind can be still, because there's papers everywhere and there's just stuff all over the place, you're not going to get to that place of being able to be productive, because there's always going to be things distracting you and interrupting you. It's either going to be, the bill that's on your desk that you've been looking for the last week because you just haven't paid it and filed it away, right? It's still there. So it's still in your brain space. Right? I mean, it's that, and we all have it, or it's, that pen we didn't put away, or that jar we didn't put away, or the files that are, right? Exactly. It's all of these things that if you could just
My wife is going to thank you.
Well, and it's so true though. And we don't realize that the clutter that we are surrounded with stays in our brain and stays in our mind, and we're constantly having to work around it just to have a thought about something productive or something creative. We've got all of these obstacles that are physical obstacles around us, and it doesn't even help if we stick them in the closet and close the door, because we know they're in there, right? It's still the clutter. So I would say, try to get down to the basics of decluttering your space. You can start carving away at it maybe on your weekends, if you can, but get to a place where your space is clutter free, and that will reflect in your mind being clutter free, and that's also part of it.
I love that. I totally get that, and I relate to that and resonate with that. And I I have a hard time when there's clutter around me. Happens to be I only had one pen on my desk. That jar is meant to be here, and I'm going to pay this bill when we get off the phone. Um, but it worked out. I think God is good for the